Well, thanks again for tuning in to Sunrise, the show that brings you all you need to know before you walk out the door. We have a dual broadcast for you this morning. We're out in the Eastern Cape, Cofimvaba, about 200 kilometers from East London. And this morning we do have the CSIR's Meraka Institute representative. She's a researcher there, in fact, Merryl Ford. Remember, we're talking about the Department of Science and Technology's a project here to include technology and see how it can improve teaching and learning, especially in a rural context. So, Merryl, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks very much.
I'm sure you're very excited about the project and the initiative. Tell us about, give us some background, in fact, to what's led us to today.
Okay. We've been doing a lot of research on using mobile devices to support teaching and learning. We've done a lot of work with cell phones. So it kind of, when these tablets started becoming the in thing, we decided to look at how we can actually use tablets to support teaching and learning.
Yeah. We're looking at kids whose first language is not English,
yes.
And I did ask Dr. Chikwamba about this. She said you'd probably be the best person. How are we making sure that they're still learning effectively despite the fact that they might have to do so in English?
Well, what we're doing, we are putting a whole lot of apps onto these devices that can support them. We have a human language technology team at the CSIR Meraka Institute who are doing amazing things with regard to language and language resources in all South Africa's official languages. So what we're going to be doing is they're going to be developing software that we can put on these tablets that will actually support English as a first language.
Okay.
I mean, we've decided, as part of this project, our focus is on maths and science content for the learners from grade R all the way through to matric, and English as a first additional language as well, because I think a lot of our problems are caused by children who just cannot speak English and they have to write matric in English. So that's kind of our focus at the moment.
I suppose you'd have a similar challenge with the teachers as well.
The teachers as well, although not as much. Our focus is more on the learners for those particular resources.
How are we assisting the teachers in enabling them to teach effectively?
The teachers, what's so amazing about these devices is that it's really easy to use. It's not like a laptop or a netbook where you need to learn how to use a keyboard, how to use a mouse and an operating system. I mean, it's as easy as just pressing on an app to run it and moving your finger. I mean, so the way we've approached it is to kind of look at this as a big phone, because everyone's comfortable with a phone in the country and the world. So just by saying that, it kind of totally changed the whole concept of the device. So the teachers have been amazing. They've just taken to it like you can't believe, which is great, because then you focus not on how to use the device but how to teach with the device.
I was going to ask you that. I mean, what was their response? I mean, initially were they a bit perhaps reluctant and intimidated, and now, I mean, they just can't wait to...
They were a bit intimidated, but... And we had a whole host of different skills. We had teachers that could use laptops and were comfortable, and those that had actually only ever sent an SMS before. Within 2 hours, they were happily playing on the tablets, having a fantastic time. In fact, what we do is we try and do training courses every 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
The teachers need to actually come to the training course because we've kind of incentivized it. So if they come to the training and if they do their homework in between, because they get homework as well as teachers, then they get, for example, they'd get a cover for their tablet, etc. So it's not like we're just giving them technology. They actually need to earn the technology.
Yeah. And does the training take place here in the Cofimvaba area? Okay.
It takes place here. It's very, very focused. So we spend 3 hours just on how you use this device to teach in one particular way, and then they go and practice it in the classroom, and they have to report back and their homework, that we need to be sure they've done their homework. And in fact, it's so popular that we have a trainer that comes out, and she normally comes a bit early to set up, etc., and they're always like begging her, when can we start the training, when can we start the training? So they do training from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and she says most times they finish at 6:30, 7, which is that's an amazing thing, because there are problems with transport and all sorts of things. But the teachers are totally invested in this technology.
Fantastic, and big ups to you and for the work that you've been doing, and your team's been doing here as well. It is very excited, and the community members are coming out, and there really is some activity and a buzz and a hype that's happening here. And of course, everything is hosted by the Department of Science and Technology. To date, around 6 million rand has been invested in a twofold project, one being ICT, the other being agriculture. And this is Merryl Ford from the Meraka Institute, which is with the CSIR, and she's just explaining to us how we are enabling our teachers and our students to use technology in order to improve the quality of education. We're going to an ad break. Do stay with us on Sunrise.